Good afternoon. Welcome to another live session with me. Welcome to 𝐻𝐿 Academy Reading Live. I am Vinod James. How are you all? Hope you enjoyed your day so far. Yes, I'm sure that all of you have. So far, so good, is it? I'm sure. Right. So what are the things that 𝐻𝐿 Academy has in store for you? Few things that you have to always remember. One, 𝐻𝐿 Madam is going to come in front of you on the very same page that you're watching. Please do clock in this Friday. She'll be coming in front of you. It doesn't have too much of time, isn't it? Just few, I wouldn't say just few hours. Some time before she comes in front of you with another writing depiction case note. Good. So nice to see Sidhu. Good afternoon, Bangalore. Monica Vegas, good afternoon. Christina Rose, good afternoon. Atira Sally, good afternoon. So all of you, as today, all of you are joining. Shine Johnson, good afternoon. So it's Thursday, so tomorrow, 𝐻𝐿 Madam will come in front of you all. 9th February, 10 p.m. on the very same page that you're all watching this live. So do keep a reminder. If you have not yet followed our page, please do click the follow button. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do click the subscribe button. If you have not yet liked our page, please do click the like button. Why? When you do that, you will not miss any of such great events happening with 𝐻𝐿's family. All right? You all will be prompted at that correct time so that you will not miss. All right? Georgie, good afternoon. Sophia Gesti, good afternoon. Aishwarya, good afternoon. Arun Ravi, good afternoon. Chitra Sajeev, good afternoon. Kalyani, good afternoon. Anija, good afternoon. A very, very, very good morning, a very good afternoon, and a very good evening to all my lovely students. Why all these time zones? Because the class that you are attending, the live that you're watching, is being watched from across the globe. What else could you ask for, isn't it? You are attending an international class. Right, Reha Vasapin, good afternoon. After some time, Fancy, good afternoon. Jilmi Joy, good afternoon. Anjuna, good afternoon. So is there anybody who's attending the live for the very first time? I don't think that all the names that I'm very much familiar with. Shiny, good afternoon. Maria, good afternoon. Nice to see a lot of known names. Lijo, good afternoon. So, it's so nice to see at least one icon next to your name. If you have not yet joined I've just told you, if you have not yet liked, please do like our page. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. If you have not yet followed us, please do click the follow button. And one request that I always have is, if you feel my classes are beneficial, please do not hesitate to share on your social media platform. Why? Because there are a number of students who are still unaware that we are doing such free classes. Okay, when you share, of course, they would see, and they would always believe that when you share, you don't share something which is not benefited, isn't it? So they would also be benefited. Good enough. Sajeev Soman, good afternoon. Ushas Thomas, good afternoon. Rajesh Raju, good afternoon. Right, Sajeev Soman, new name. Tangasudha, good afternoon. Anybody? Invited live attendee. Is there anyone who is there? Annette Sato, good afternoon. Nice. So nice to meet a lot of, even though when the names are read, I could literally imagine all of you right in front of me, even though virtual. Fair enough. Anybody attending the live for the first time? Angana Ringlondo. Lini Molvargis, good afternoon. Semina Zakir Hussain, good afternoon. Ashwati Linish, good afternoon. Nice. I could see that few of you doesn't have an icon next to you. Please do have an icon. Meryl Joseph, good afternoon. Nice. I don't see anybody who have told me that you're attending the live for the very first time. So I always reckon that you have been there with us. Okay. So yesterday I was talking about the importance of 8 minutes, isn't it? So what did you all try to do that with that 8 minutes? Yes? Did you all do? Sorry, something is Yeah, sorry. Did you all try what I told you? Yes. Shiny Sojan, good afternoon. Kalpana, Manipur. Janet Vive, good afternoon. GB Varghese, good afternoon. Nikki Siriak, good afternoon. Right. So yesterday I told you the importance of looking into the aspect of skipping the questions, isn't it? When you don't get that. Done, Shiny, very good. At least a few who have followed. Very good, good enough. This is what I love coming in front of you, because no matter whatever you say, you always try. See, in order to be a successful person in your life, there's always something called try it out. There's a golden rule is try till you succeed. Nisha Chako, good afternoon. Monica Vegas tried but couldn't make it. Do not worry, you would. Okay? Kalyani done, good enough. Sidhu Sahi, good afternoon. Sindhu Sahi, okay, good afternoon. Nahi, okay, fair enough. No, fair enough. Good. Ashwati Mol Prakash, hi. So, see, always what you have to always do. The learning is a process where, see, when you hear something new, try it out. Don't just only for one particular day, but it has to go on for some days. And as days progress, you will definitely hit that. Sidhu, I was doing same because challenging questions are more better. See, now that is what I'm just going to address today. Sabit, there was some 8 minutes, 13 minutes. See, it doesn't matter. See, as long as you have that set target, always try to keep that set target for 8 minutes, not 13 minutes. See, maybe you might take 13 minutes. That is not a problem. But always ensure that you're trying to compete with yourself. Yeah, good enough. I appreciate all of your valid effort on the aspect. Christine, good afternoon. Soumya Sebastian, good afternoon. Clarina Fernandez, hi. Neetu Negustan, hi, good afternoon. So today we're going to talk about this 400. See, 400 is an absolute score. Okay, but let me be very straight. Okay. One question to all of you. Do you know which is the only module which you can guarantee 500 out of 500? Out of the exam that you're taking. You know which is the module which you can guarantee 500 out of 500? Even though I say 400, but which is the only module that can guarantee you 500 out of 500? Reading, absolutely right. Why? Surya Jogan, good afternoon. See, not only the question is there, of course. Georgie, reading. Soumyana, good afternoon. Anjuna, yes, good afternoon, Soumya. Lijo, reading. Very true. Why? Your answers are given in front of you. Ashwati, reading. Anjuna, reading. Not only the answers, but also the spelling is also there in front of you. Grishma, good afternoon. Sidhu, reading. Christina, I can't complete on time. Don't worry. Don't say I can't. You start saying I will complete on time. That I will is a magic word. Okay. Linju Raju, good afternoon. Neetu Nikishan, reading. Fair enough. Now, why I spoke about 500. Okay, see, so there are certain things that we take for granted. Okay, I'm not saying don't do. Okay, in order to get these, you have to, it's always correlated with, see, 8 minutes, 420 out of 20. These are all interrelated to get everything. See, no matter whatever it is, we have to make sure that you reach that dream score. Sir, you're absolutely right. Fair enough. Thank you very much, Monica. Reshma, hi. So 400 is something that you have to target. So in order to get that 400, I would always tell you to target 500. See, every material that you're going to do, you have to start telling yourself, I'm going to get 500. Now, why 500? As I mentioned, the answers are there in front of you. And also when you have that target, see, now this is an absolute thing that you have to always understand. See, on the day of exam, students always feel that it is what they prepare is what they are going to Reshma, now see, I'm just taking you as an example, okay? Don't think that it is just to make sure that you're being corrected. You have written as nowadays getting very difficulty and tricky material, okay? Now, if you really look into, I know what you're trying to convey, isn't it? See, this is a common mistake that we always do. Even though we say nowadays, it's not 3 words, it's 1 word. Okay, nowadays is 1 word. Okay, so you have to give that emphasis on the aspect. See, certain places when you're typing, okay, now this is where indirectly we try to help you out, because every time when we tell you to commit, that is for certain reasons. Okay, see, when you say I can't complete, okay, fair enough. Now those are all contracted words. Okay, that is not something to do with academic. See, in academic, you have to write academic vocabulary. Likewise, your grammar, which I just told you nowadays, even though we don't realize that mistake, but it is going to hit you wrong. Now, getting difficulty is okay. Getting very difficulty is wrong. Either you say very difficult or getting difficult. Or I'm getting difficulty in managing time, do you say, or I'm getting difficult. So it's getting difficult for me to manage time. Understood? So you always have to look into, see, when you're asked to answers play hide and seek, it is not the answers play hide and seek. It is where we look. Okay? See, so getting into that 400 barrier, you have to start having that mindset that I'm going to get 500. Now, why? It is not because that you're not capable enough of, okay? Because now I'm going to tell you something which is not related to the material. It is something related to you with. There are n number of constraints that comes with. You have to always understand. And when you have a constraint, see, at times, let's say, you might come up with an exam fever. You might come up with a thing called exam panic. You start, the first thing a student does is press the panic button. Okay, you should not press that panic button. You should try to overcome that. See, you all have the innate ability. And the other thing is, you have to always say you're lucky enough why you don't have to bring any answers from anywhere. The answers are there in front of you. The only thing is you have to have an open approach. Okay, so in order to get that 400 barrier, you have to let yourself calm down. As when you're writing the exam, even like when you are branding the material, isn't it? Tricky, difficult. See, when I ask you how you felt about the material, is not to make sure that you start realizing, okay, these are difficult materials. It's not to brand it. It's just to understand how you have thought about. Now, see, if you go back and look into things, okay, the materials that you brand difficult, the first thing that you brand difficult, if you go and see the materials that you've done, are the materials which you are unaware of. That means the name, the terminologies that you are unaware of, especially with that disease condition. Now, what happened? Let's say if it's a headache, you already know, I know that. So what happened? You start taking it on the aspect of, yeah, it is a more known tool. But let me be very straight. When you brand it easy, that's the time where you give that a bit of a lexical approach is being maintained. Why? You feel that, okay, I know this. A bit of complacency comes into. But when you look into a material where you feel that it is difficult, a bit challenging, what you always do is your focus is a bit more very cautious. And if you really look into, the simplest example that I can tell you is, go back and see your scores. The exams that you have said that it is more difficult, do you find it that you scored more, or the exams you said it is easy, you scored more? Good afternoon, Usha D'Souza. I'm from Kuwait. Thank you very much. So at least I have one person who is new in a session. And thanks to all my lovely students, because it is because of your share, how you have encouraged us. Your encouragement is of utmost importance for us. So thank you very much. Monica Vegas, we should become relaxed and focused. Absolutely. So what do you do to relax? Take a deep breath. Give ample amount of oxygen to your brain so that you relax before you start the exam. So these are the things that you have to really it's called preparation, pre-preparation before the exam. So you have to let yourself know, okay, it's calm and composed. Take a deep breath. Okay, I know the answers are there in front of me. I know these are things that I have to find. All right. So I hope today, by doing this, you'll definitely hit that, not 400, 500. Good enough. Was it of some benefit for all the exam takers before you go and do the exam? I hope it was a bit beneficial for all of you. Right. So please do give your valid comments and please do type properly so that, see, even though you're typing it, yes, to communicate, you're typing it on the shorthand, but try to utilize it on the day of exam. So when you're writing, do write. Even when you're putting the comma, do give the appropriate things and all. Beneficial, Shiny? Thank you very much. Because you said it's all beneficial, now let me make you more benefited by giving you the first thing. What is the first thing? I'm going to give you part B. So your challenge is to make sure that not to utilize, try to utilize the least amount of time. Don't think that, okay, I have 2 minutes of time. You say, I'm able to do it on or before as quickly as possible. Okay. The material will be popping up on the screen. As soon as the material pops up, it is your urgency that should show. Okay, I'm here trying to do it as quickly as possible. And as you find the answer, tell that done on the comment box or put a thumbs up. That's it. Laisama Rajesh, good morning. All right. See, Monica have just stunned me because, I mean, in no sooner as soon as I shared, she came up with saying that done. Annie, so nice to see you again, Annie. You've been so sweet. Even after your busy schedule, you're always there at least to come and say hi to all of us. It's an honor, and we are so proud to say that you have been one of our great students. Even with your effort, you have reached your dream country. Even with that, you're showing a lot of support. Thank you very much, Annie, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Hope you're enjoying your lovely time in Ireland, yeah? Kalpana done, Kalyani done, Reha done, Maria done, Shine done, Ashwati done, Dharmos, and after some time done, Laisama done, Natira Arun done, Sidhu done, Shiny Sojan done, Thangasuda done, Tansy done. Good. Now, because most of you have said done, I would request you to let me know what is your answer. The most important thing is where you got that answer from, because we always believe in coming and correcting if needed from where you went wrong. So please be kind enough to tell me what is your answer and where you got that answer from. Christina Rose done, GB Bagi is done, Sheena Korean done, Reshma done, Anjuna have done. Kalpana Manipur, B from the last para. Okay, so I have the first answer in front of me called B, and it is from the last para. Sidhu Sahi done, Christina Varghese done. Good enough. So nice to know that I have an answer in front of me. B, that's the first answer I have. How about others? What are the answers that you have? Sheena Korean, I got A. Good enough. So I have A and B as my answer option. So of course, it keeps on. Now a C also. There you have. Thank you very much for all those three lovely students who have said A, B, and C. Now what else could you ask for, isn't it? Now first three answers are already there with all three options. Now you don't have any problem, because why? We are always students who want someone else to say something. Then we follow. No, you should not be like that. You should always tell yourself, I am the one who's going to say. I am the leader. I will be the first one to say. Fair enough. Dharmosine from second para, Linimol A first para, Sidhu C from last para, Arun Ravi A, Monica B from whole para, Ashwatimol B, Shine Johnson A from first para, Laisamma B from last para. Okay. Fair enough. Christina Varghese A from first para, Reha A from first para. Fair enough. Jinsi G C from last para, Lijo A from first para. Fair enough, fair enough. Tansy A from first para. Okay. So now I think A and B, it's even though it is of equal proportion, but A is a bit overweight, I think. Yeah. Tansy, Jilmi A from first para, Kalyani A from first line, Sajeev Soman A from first para. Okay, fair enough. So as I mentioned, now A have popped up a bit comparing to the B and C. Right. Now, let's go, and your material will be popping up and will be explaining. So what are the things that you have to really look for when you're doing the part B? See, part B, you always have to tell yourself. See, these are the fundamental things that you have to always remember. What is the time? Part B, I can only take a maximum of 2 minutes per question. Maximum is what I'm talking about. So we always say you should complete your 6 questions in 10 to 12 minutes. Okay. Now, what are the things that you have to do? 3 things are very, very, very important that you do. 1, read the question. As you read, underline the keywords in the question. And keywords should not exceed anything more than 2 to 3 words. And this appropriate strategy is called elimination method. Okay. Now, see, which of the following steps could reduce the risk of entrapment at the bench? So my keywords are steps, reduce risk. That is enough for me. See, why? Entrapment of bed, this is the subheading, that is the topic of it. Okay. So my job is to find what is the step to reduce risk. That's all. Now you have to read along with the answer option. So entrapment at bed, is it by lowering the heights of the food controls? Okay. Or is it by identifying the alternative sources of power? Or is it by inadvertent activation of controls during cleaning? So something, when you're doing the bed cleaning, you're doing something. Or are you identifying that there is an alternative source there? Or are you bringing down the food controls? Okay, now clear about what I have to search for, because I'm a person who always want to know what I'm searching for. So I underline my keywords in the answer option. But there are students who say, sir, I want to read the question, underline the keywords in the question, understand the question. After that, I want to read the paragraph so that I can pick an answer. Please go ahead. No problem at all. Okay. Now, elimination method. See, elimination method also, don't start searching to eliminate. As you read through, if there is anything that comes your way, eliminate and go. Okay. Now I'll show you. Entrapment risk at profiling beds. So EPB, okay, entrapment profiling beds, may present a risk of trapping and crushing, particularly if we have foot pedals controls which raise and lower the bed. So they're talking about foot pedals that can raise the bed and lower the bed. A small number of fatal accidents have occurred where foot controls were activated accidentally. So again, they're talking about foot controls. So they're talking about but not lowering is not mentioned. Foot controls they have mentioned. Okay. there is also potential entrapment on other parts of the mechanism during transit, cleaning, and maintenance. So they are saying there is also potential for entrapment. Okay. So they're saying, yeah, you can have bed entrapment on the other parts of the mechanism. Okay, that is not to reduce the risk. They are saying these are the risks. These can cause risk. What? During when you are doing the mechanism during transit or cleaning or when you're doing some maintenance. So that is not to reduce the risk. That is saying these are the times that you get entrapped. Okay, so C is a straight eliminator. Okay, so for me, C is eliminated. Kripa George, good afternoon. Now, organizations using EPBs should consider the risk of entrapment. Okay, now see, this is where the question is, risk of entrapment, taking account of patient's vulnerability, moving and handling operations, and the relationship to other equipment. Okay, this should be taken into account. See, these can be the possibilities as well. Potential control measures could include leaving the mattress form in its lowest position. So they're saying mattress should be in its lowest position to avoid, okay? When the patient is unattended, when you are not attending to the patient, you keep that in the lowest bed position and disabling the food controls temporarily or permanently. See, disabling the food controls, not lowering the height of the food control. Lowering the height of the mattress is what they are saying, not food control. So you are trying to refer with keywords, but lowering food controls is not. They're saying you should disable the food control. That means temporarily or permanently, which may be possible without affecting other functions. So that means they're talking about something. So two things I could literally eliminate, but I'm not saying, I haven't seen identifying an alternative sources of power. So they're saying temporarily or permanently. Okay, fair enough. Measures should prevent inadvertent activation during cleaning and maintenance. So that means something should not activate when you are inadvertently. Inadvertent means not resulting from or achieved through deliberate planning, something which is accidental. Okay. So this may require trained staff deactivating the controls and recognizing whether the beds are fitted with battery backup secondary alternate source. Okay, so disconnection from the main. See, they might disconnect the main part, but what you should know whether there is a secondary backup. Okay, alone may not be sufficient. So that is why identifying the alternative power sources of that will reduce the risk. See, just imagine if you don't identify there is a battery backup, you disconnect the main power. Is it going to stop them from getting entrapment? No, because there is a battery backup there. That is where that alternative source. So manufacturer's instruction for maintenance should be followed and further advice sought where necessary. Ankita, good afternoon. Reha, do not feel sad because that small thing that you are going is you're trying to refer keywords. See, food controls. Yes, they have mentioned a lot of food controls, isn't it? Food pedals, food controls. But see, this is not keyword reference. Lowering the height of the food controls. There is no way saying that the food controls are lowered, the matters are lowered. Why? Because with the help of the food controls. So when your food controls are there, you should know whether not just taking the power source from the mains, but also to know whether there is an alternative power. If that is also should be disconnected. Understood? Monica is happy, dancing, good enough. Tangasudha clear. Any doubts? Anything that you want me to clarify? Anything that you're not sure about? Anything like that? Please do ask. If not, we'll go to the next. What is the next? It is part A. So today's one, it is called achalasia cardia. Okay, good enough. Shiny is happy. Lysamus, okay. Jean Bino is happy. Good. So I've mentioned the name of today's part A material. I would want you to tell me how you felt about today's part A. Sheena Korean, very tricky. Okay. Kavita Balaji, clear. Sindhu Sahi. Okay. Understood. Fair enough, fair enough. So I've just told the part A material, 𝐴𝐻𝐶 𝐻𝐵. I want you to tell me how you felt about today's material and how many minutes you took to complete the material. Took 16 minutes. Okay. Anjuna is saying tricky. Okay. Fair enough. How about others? Sheena, now clear. Okay, fair enough. Good, good, good. Happy that you're all able to follow what I'm saying. So I should be thanking all of you. Atira is saying tricky. Sorry, Atira is saying tough 15 minutes. Savit is saying tricky 15 minutes. Okay, fair enough. Grishma Devasya tricky, but took 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Good enough. Good enough, good enough. I like that, your precision onto the aspect. Very, very. Ankita 17 minutes. Okay. Lijo is saying tricky. Fair enough. Now let's go and see what part A has in stores for us. Jinsi 18 minutes tough. Kavita Balaji tough 14 minutes. Okay, fair enough. Ivira, good afternoon. Average material took 14 minutes. Kalyani, tricky, took 15 minutes. Good, good, good. So the material will be popping up on the screen. So everything changes, okay? The strategy, everything. You have to always remember part A is the first thing that you get in reading, and you will only get that part A material. After that 15 minutes, they'll take away the material, then they will present you with B and C material. You have to be very cautious with that. Reshma is saying difficult to find the answers. Took 15 minutes. Fair enough. Shine Johnson, 15 minutes. So part A, you will have 15 minutes only. You have to tackle 20 questions. Skimming and scanning is the strategy. Strategy scanning is called detailed look. Skimming is quick look. Okay. So you have to always be cautious. Understood? Now, what are the other things that you have to really be looking into? You have 4 different texts. Text A, text B, text C, text D. And it will be based on one common theme. Today's common theme is 𝐴𝐻𝐶 𝐻𝐵. So these 4 texts will be different to each other. And out of the 4, one will be a pictorial representation. Okay, minimum one. Now, what is skimming? Skimming, they say 1 to 2 minutes is what you are supposed to take. But I'm saying only take 15 seconds. That's enough. You quickly underline the keywords. So what are the keywords that you're going to underline? Just going to show how to underline the keyword. 𝐴𝐻𝐶 is a rare disorder that makes it into food and liquid to pass through the swallowing and tube and the mouth and the stomach into your stomach. Okay, now when the esophagus will become damaged, as a result, the esophagus will be paralyzed and dilated over time, and then squeeze the food down into the stomach. Food collects in the esophagus, sometimes fermenting and washing up into the mouth and tastes bitter, and there's some people make a gastroesophageal GERD. However, the 𝐴𝐻𝐶 is the food that's coming up from the esophagus, and GERD is coming from the stomach. The exact cause of 𝐴𝐻𝐶 is not clearly known, so for specialists suspect that it may be caused of the nerve cells in the esophagus. Done. So generally, what are they talking about? They're saying what is 𝐴𝐻𝐶 𝐻𝐵? Where is it affecting? Is it some other disease where it is causing GERD? And then they're talking about where GERD happens and how 𝐴𝐻𝐶 happens. Likewise, you have to go through each text. Text B is talking about overlooked, misdiagnosed symptoms, and then they are talking about esophageal memory, X-ray, endoscopy, and then text C is talking about complications. So any complications related to 𝐴𝐻𝐶, go to the surgical option. So this is treating. Likewise. Now go to question. So there are 20 questions which I already told you. These 20 questions are into 3 different types. First one is 1 to 7. These are called match the following question. Second one is 8 to 14. These are called short answer question. Last one is 15 to 20. These are called fill in the blanks question. You should know how to differentiate this. You should know the numbers. You should know the instruction by heart. So 1 to 7, I told you, these are called match the following question, and the instruction clearly says you may use any of these letters A, B, C, D, and these letters can be used more than once. Strategy doesn't change. Part A, again and again, I'm going to emphasize it is keyword referencing. Okay, please do refer the keywords. Don't try to comprehend the answers. Comprehension is not in part A. Part A is only about keyword referencing, because I'll show you. See, after laparoscopic myectomy, what condition may initiate? Initiate means ensue, follow. So what are they talking about? See, laparoscopic Heller, Where are they talking? See, there is only one place where they talk about laparoscopic hilar myotomy. So what happens after that? Reflect disease, GERD may develop. So do you really need to worry about it? No, you are only asked to find which text it is. So simply write D. Understood? Now, advantages of endoscopy in complex diagnostic assessment. So complex diagnostic assessment, where? B. Diagnostic is where that is there. So advantages of endoscopy and all, do you really need to worry about it? But still, if you want, you can always say it partially blocks the esophagus and if your symptoms and all those things are there. Now, which disorder bears similarity to eclasia? So I know that it is there. It is considered to be compared to GERD. A. This is why when you are underlining the keyword, you should know what you have underlined also. Advantageous method for categorizing functional issues within individuals. So functional issues, evaluation to determine the motility. Functional means your ability to do certain things on walking and all. Where are they talking about motility? Definitely diagnostic method, isn't it? So motility is mentioned where? Is there anywhere mentioned about motility? Yes, it is, which is a type of motility program. That's where that functional thing happens. So the answer is B. Synonyms. Okay. Contributing factor to the etiology of eclasia cardia. So etiology, causes. So what are they saying? Which can trigger? So where are they talking about? It's definitely in A, isn't it? What can cause? See the cause of loss of nerve cells in the esophagus. So that is one of the causes mentioned. So A, respiratory disorders intricately linked to eclasia cardia. So respiratory disorders. So disorders. Now this is a keyword. Disorders means more than one, isn't it? Plural. So you have to search for, there are some place where a lot of disorders are mentioned. Where is the next question? So it should be definitely in complication, isn't it? So bronchitis, pneumonia, chronic lung disease, these are all some complication of eclasia. So the answer is C. Understood how you refer? Now see, what is the least likely sequelae of eclasia cardia? Sequelae means something that occurs after the one or the condition of the consequences of previous disease. So what happens there? Where are they talking about? Definitely it is again C, isn't it? So condition that cause, there is a small increased risk of esophageal cancer because of complication of eclasia. That's it. So the answer is C. Now next set of questions, these are called 8 to 14. These are called short answer question where the instruction clearly says it can be a word, short phrase. Now the short phrase you have to really look into 2 to 3 words, or it can be words or numbers or both. Type of question changes, strategy doesn't change. In imaging, that means it's a technique, isn't it? What medication is given to highlight the esophageal blockages? So where are they talking about images and all? Go to B, isn't it? That's where the diagnostic is there. Imaging is X-ray. So what is that given? You may be asked to swallow a barium pill so that they can show the blockage. So the answer is barium pill, BARIUMPILL. What potential ramifications arise? Okay. So ramification is complex or consequences of an activity or something like that. Arises from the insufficient nutrition differing from the effect of malnutrition. So something, yeah, it is due to insufficient nutrition, but it is not malnutrition as well. So complication anywhere? Yes. So malnutrition is there, poor nutrition is there. What is the other thing? Weight loss. So WEIGHTLOSS. So what procedure is done in tandem? In tandem means simultaneously with hilar myotomy to prevent the potential GERD complications. So definitely complication where? The procedures, where are they talking? So treatment. So potential GERD complication, all those things are to be looked into. So what are the things? To avoid future problems of GERD problems with a procedure known as fundoplication might be performed at the same time as hilar myotomy. Understood? So in tandem, that means at the same time. So FUNDOPLICITI, sorry, PLICATION is the answer. Clear? Right. Next question. In 𝐴 cardia, etiology cause is ascribed to the structural depletion of what within the esophagus. So structural depletion, what? Which is causing it? So they are saying causes are mentioned as suspect that it may be caused due to the loss of nerve cells in the esophagus. So the answer is nerve cells. NERVECELLS. Good enough. Now in fundoplication, what is formed by wrapping the upper part of the stomach around the lower esophagus to inhibit stomach acid? So definitely fundoplication and all those things are all there. Where? In D itself. Now the next keyword. So what are they? Wrap is there, stomach is there, esophagus is there. Okay. Coming back, Jerd. Okay, I think that X, again, some, what you can say, saving mistake. Okay, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. The answer is anti-reflex valve. That X has replaced somehow. I'm very sorry. So the answer in here, it was there. So it is anti. So don't worry. Again, I'll give you that 1 mark. Okay, because of that saving mistake. I'm very sorry for that inconvenience. So the answer is anti-reflex. So the spelling is ANTIREFLUX. It is valve. VALVE. Okay. So sorry for that inconvenience again. Now, from where do regurgitated materials reaching the mouth originated in condition known as GERD? So regurgitated, that means something that comes from. So definitely I know that the GERD material comes from the stomach. STOMACH. What diagnostic test measures the rhythmic muscle contractions during swallowing and evaluates the relaxation of lower esophagus area? So diagnostic test. So where? Go to B. Now other keywords. What are they talking about? So measures rhythmic muscle contraction, coordination, esophageal muscle. So what is that? Esophageal manometry. ESOPHAGEALMANOMETRY. So the final set of questions, these are called fill in the blanks question, where you are expected the answer can be a word, short phrase, very similar to short answer question, but redundancy. See, for example, in here, question number 15, is already given. If you write again the answer becomes wrong. Okay, that's called redundancy. So is there, so you definitely know, you should know that the next word should be a consonant sounded word. So after ingesting, okay, a dash that envelopes, saturates the internal lining of your digestive tract, esophagrums are captured. So esophagrums captured where? So esophagram is here. So X-ray is captured. So what is that? After taking a chalky liquid. So CHALKYLIQUID is the answer. Question 16. In dash, a specialist employs an endoscope via a mouth and to create an incision in the inner esophageal lining. So specialist endoscope and all where? Go to D. So what is that? In a dash, gastroenterologist uses an endoscope inserted through the mouth, all those things. So where? In POEM, POEM is the most abbreviated form, or if you have written peroral endoscopic myotomy, no problem, but the safest is POEM. Good enough? Over time, the esophagus becomes distant and dash, ultimately forfeiting its ability to squeeze food down into the stomach in eclasia cardia. So definitely something to do with the initial time. So eclasia cardia, esophagus become damaged. As a result, the esophagus become paralyzed, dilated is distant, over time. So all the other keywords are there. So the answer is paralyzed. 𝐵𝐴𝑟𝐴𝐿𝑌𝑧𝑒, 𝐻𝐵 entails cutting the muscle at the distal aspect of the dash to aid food passage into the stomach. So 𝐻𝐵, where? Go to D. So 𝐻𝐵, now what are they saying? It has to do something, isn't it? So what are they going to do? They're going to do what? See, they're saying 𝐻𝐵 is here. The surgeon cuts the muscle where? The esophageal sphincter. So 𝐸𝑆𝑜𝑝ℎ𝑎𝑔𝐸𝐴𝐿𝑆𝑝ℎ𝑖𝑛𝑐𝑡𝑒𝑟 is the answer. Good enough. Now the penultimate question. In cases where symptoms of barium results in the hint and the potential partial esophageal blockage, so in cases where symptoms, the answer, the blank was not there. The answer was supposed to be endoscopy. Okay, fair enough. So question 20, dash occasionally accompanied by persistent esophageal irritation may result from prolonged food retention. So something to do with, again, complication. So food retention, esophageal. So what are they talking about? So retained food, chronic irritation, esophageal lining, sometimes with fungal infections. FUNGALINFECTIONS. Okay, is the answer. Good enough. So that wraps up today's one. Even though 2 marks you're gonna easily get, but definitely it's not gonna happen on the day of exam, yeah. But they say these kind of small errors and omissions are expected, so we'll take it as a learning curve. If there are things that comes your way, but sometimes which you're not sure about it, try to give to the best of water test, because errors and omissions are expected in the exam that you are writing. Maria is the first one to say 17. Good enough. Jilmi 19, Jismi 19, Jismin 19, Monica 18. Good enough, good enough. Reshma 15. Good enough. Right? Avira 18. Good, good, good. Thanks a lot. Monica is also saying thank you. So I would also say thank you very much for giving us another lovely session. Okay. So until and unless I see you all tomorrow, adios for me. God bless you all. Take care. Bye.